Hi everyone! Today we're making the most quick and easy granola bars. So I've been snacking on these granola bars after my daily workout, and they're such a wonderful way to supply your body with energy instantly. They're crunchy, they're chewy, and they're packed with goodness. The ingredients are flexible and they're super easy to make. So let me show you how to make it. The ingredients you need. So for my granola bars, I'm going to add in plenty of nuts and seeds. All my favorite ones. So I've got some mixed nuts here. I've got some Brazil nuts, some almonds, and some cashew as well. You can use any kind of nuts you like. And also I've got some seeds here as well. So I've got some pumpkin seeds and some pistachios. So you have a lot of freedom in terms of what nuts and seeds you add in. And I'm also going to add in some toasted coconut flakes. So these are basically dried toasted coconut flesh, and they're extremely fragrant. So it's optional, but I highly recommend it because I find it provides very similar texture and eating experience of rolled oats, which you typically add in granola bars. So it's just nice and chewy, and it's very fragrant. And then I'm going to add some raspberries. This is freeze-dried raspberries. So they're in kind of small bits. You can get whole ones as well, but I find these ones are quite easy to use and in small quantity. I mean, this is really potent and smells wonderful. So this will provide like dry fruit elements in your granola bars. And to bind the mixture together, we're going to add in some chia seed. So the chia seed will provide the binding, but also gives the granola bars kind of a chewy texture. I really love it. And also we're going to add in some nut butter. So I'm using almond butter. You can literally use any nut butter you want. Peanut butter, macadamia, cashew, anything you like. So this will give a lot of flavor and binding as well. And for the sweetener, I'm going to use powdered erythritol. So you can use any kind of sweetener you like, liquid or solid, but I quite like the powder one because it dissolves really quickly. And this is optional. So I've been trying out this keto syrup recently. So it has practically no calories, no carbs, and it comes in maple syrup. And there's another one, is caramel and salt, I think. I haven't tried that one. But with this one, I'm quite pleasantly surprised, and it's got really nice flavor to it. So I'm going to add a syrup to the mixture itself, but I'm also going to show you how to use the syrup to make your granola bars even more spectacular. And this is also optional. I'm going to add in some vanilla extract. And this is it. This is all you need for these gorgeous granola bars. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a chia seed mixture. So I've got 3 tablespoons of chia seeds here. Pop that in. And then I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of cold water. And then give it a mix. And I'm going to just leave it on the side. And then in my mixing bowl, I'm going to add in all my main ingredients. So here's my nuts. So I just chop them really roughly. And then I'm going to just pop in my nuts. And then my seeds and my toasted coconut flakes. And then with my berries, I'm going to add in probably about a tablespoon or so. It's really up to you. They're so lovely. So you can have any combination of nuts and seeds, coconuts, dry berries, anything you like, as long as they add up to about 300 grams. And I'm going to just give it a quick mix. It's just packed with so much goodness. And then our wet mixture. So in my bowl, I'm going to add in my nut butter. So I've got around 120 grams of almond butter. And then our chia seed. So you should be really nice and thick by now. That's our chia seeds. And then my sweetener. So I'm using powdered erythritol. And the amount you need is really up to you. So you can taste the mixture and decide how much you need. And those are my syrup. So the amount you need, again, is based on your preference. So I'm going to add in for sweetness, but also the flavor as well. And then a small pinch of salt, just a small pinch. So we're going to mix the whole thing together. So some nut butter can be quite thick. I find it really helpful if you place a bowl of warm water or hot water underneath and just pop it on top. And this helps a lot. So I'm going to just mix the whole thing together. It's looking good. Great. So this is our binding mixture. And now all we do is combine them together. It's hardly complicated. So here we go. I'm going to just pop it in. It's lovely and thick. and it's going to bind everything together. And then we're going to just mix the whole thing together. And I nearly forgot my vanilla extract, so this is optional. I'm going to just add a dash, mix the whole thing in. Glorious, the mixture is ready. So I'm going to bake my granola bars in a square baking tray. So this is 8 by 8 inches. So you can just use a baking tray and just spread it out, it's not a problem. And now I place a layer of baking sheet. You can probably get away with not using the baking sheet and just use the tray directly, but I'm using the baking sheet just in case. I'm going to dab a little bit of water here. And then I'm going to grease my baking tray here with some coconut oil, kind of just a nice layer of it. And then I'm going to pop in my granola mixture in the tray, the whole lot. And then use the spatula, just spread it out. It looks so good already. So make sure you pack in the mixture quite tight. This will help the mixture to bind together. So this is a recipe you can easily halve the quantity and make a smaller batch if you're using a smaller tin. And finally, my syrup. So this is my trick. I'm going to just pour some syrup on top of my mixture. Just kind of generous layer. I'm going to just spread it out evenly. So the syrup will provide that extra layer of sweetness and flavors, but also it will give it a lovely glazed look, which makes it so appetizing. Okay, so this is ready to go into the oven. So we're going to bake it in 170 to 180 preheated oven for about 25 to 30 minutes till they're lovely and golden brown. Look at this, it's so beautiful. So I'm going to leave it to cool for a few minutes and then we're going to cut it into individual portions. I'm going to just cut it into individual bars. It's still a little bit warm right now, so normally I'll probably cut it when it's completely cooled, but it should be okay. Lovely. So there you go. This is how you make these lovely and chewy granola bars. Keto, vegan and gluten-free, of course. So let's take a bite. Can you see that? Look at the texture, it's just lovely. And it's got this kind of glazed look I was talking about with the syrup. Let's break it up. It's lovely. They're still a little bit warm, so once it's completely cool, the nuts will crunch up a bit more. Lovely and wonderful. So satisfying. And it really has that oat quality to it when you chew into it. It's so lovely. I mean, it's a great way to start your day or just, a snack on the go. So in terms of storage, I just keep them in a tightly sealed food bag or container and just leave them on the countertop. They're good for quite a few days. But if you're lucky enough to live somewhere really warm, then maybe keep them in the fridge rather than just leave them on the countertop. So exercise your common sense, but obviously you can freeze them too and then just take the portions out that you need. So I hope you liked today's recipe and would give it a go. These bars are just wonderful to eat and so easy to make as well. They make great power snacks. So follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, and also check out my Amazon shop if you're shopping for your ingredients. So thanks for hanging out with me today as usual, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.